this video, we are going to learn what are quadratic equations. Any equation having degree 2 is termed as a quadratic equation. First, let us talk about this term degree. Degree is the highest power of the variable in an equation. Let us understand this with the help of an example. 2x square minus 4x plus 6 equals to 0. This is an equation in variable x, and the highest power of the variable x is 2. Therefore, we say that the degree of this equation is equal to 2. So, such an equation having degree 2, that is the highest power of the variable as 2, is termed as a quadratic equation. Now, let us have a look at a few more examples. In the first example, that is 2a square minus 4a plus 7 equals to 0, the highest power of the variable a is 2. Therefore, the degree of this equation becomes equal to 2. And we know such an equation having degree 2 is called a quadratic equation. Now, I want you to pause this video for a moment and try attempting the second question. In the second question, that is 4x cubed plus x square equals to 45, the highest power of the variable x is 3. And therefore, the degree of this equation becomes equal to 3. Such an equation having degree 3 is not a quadratic equation. Am I correct? It is not a quadratic equation. Moving ahead with the last example. 7y plus 45y square equals to 0. The highest power of the variable y in this equation is 2. Therefore, the degree of this equation becomes equal to 2. And such an equation having degree 2 is called a quadratic equation. Now, to simplify this concept a bit, let us have a look at the general form of the quadratic equation. So, the general form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. However, there is a condition attached to it. The condition says that a should not be equal to 0. A is the constant that is attached to x square. And if a becomes equal to 0, then this whole term will become equal to 0. Then this equation will no longer be a quadratic equation. And that's why we have this condition which says a should not be equal to 0. In this equation, we know that x is the variable of the equation. Then how about a, b and c? A, b and c are the constants. But a and b are given a special name. And the name is coefficients. Coefficients. And why so? Because they are attached to the variable. And c, being not attached to any variable, it is called as a constant term. Constant term. And there we get a new definition of quadratic equation. Any equation in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 is called a quadratic equation. Thank you. See you in the next video.